Alright YouTube, how you diddling? Welcome once again to LIG Gaming. And today's DLC spotlight for the Fallout 4 Contraptions DLC. Let's have a look at all the lovely little things that they're giving us in today's new DLC. Starters, we're on top of one of the new items, some scaffolding. We'll get back to that later on. We're going to start with the one that everybody's been asking for ages. Personally, I think a lot of this is a bit of a letdown, to be honest. Starting off with the weapon racks. Not too bad, you get a few different types. Personally, I don't rate them that much. I think they fall a bit short. They're quite smart, they showcase some of your better weapons and everything else, but you've got the likes of this particular one, the pistol one. You can only actually put one weapon in each of the weapon racks. That's it. Doesn't matter the size of the weapon that you put in or the size of the rack, one weapon, that's it. Which personally for me, especially for these pistol racks, I think is a bit of a waste. You could fit 3 or 4 on there, it'd look quite smart. And some of the rifle ones, yeah, one's enough. I mean, this top one, you could fit 2 rifles on that easily and it'd still look smart. And this one over here as well, you could fit 2 or 3 weapons on there, it'd still look just as good. So the pistol ones were a real letdown. So, mixed reactions with that one. Quite good for displaying weapons, but again, personally for me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, they're a bit of a letdown. I'd have hoped to be able to put more weapons on them. But on that remark, I don't know if you can see this one very well. The lighting's not brilliant, I do apologise. But the only area I had spare was Boston Airport, and it's not very good for lighting. But the heavy weapons ones, now personally these I think look quite smart. I mean, I've got a Fat Man on up there at the minute, but if I take that one off and transfer, and let's just find, do I have any with me? It appears that I don't, so we'll just nip over here and go and pick one up. No we won't, because I know where they are. We'll get back to that one in a minute. The minigun does look quite smart on that, I must admit. Next up, display cases. Once again, bit of a letdown. I thought they'd have made it, they'd have made them a bit better. I mean, the glass is intact, which does make them look quite smart. They have got lighting built into them. I've not got the lighting rigged up at this point, but they have got lighting built in, so they do show off some of your weapons quite good. But if you activate it, it just opens and closes. You do have to actually physically drop the weapon. So we'll put the Fat Man in here, like so. Pick it up, maneuver it round how you want it, fiddle around a bit, let it go, it falls over because it's the Fat Man, close it, and that's it. So that's a bit of a letdown. I'd have hoped they'd have made it similar to the weapon racks where we can just put stuff in the inventory and it'd display it properly, but all in all, they're not too bad. I do like the lights in them. The lights are quite smart. We've got a couple of different ranges, so not too bad. You've got a variety of the cases. They don't look too... aesthetically, they don't look too bad. You can display some weapons in them. I think they'll be quite smart. Like I said, when the lighting's on them, they do look quite smart. Quite a variety on them. Not too bad. All in all, I like them. Like I say, I've got my picks with them, but I do actually like them. I'll quickly show you this with a minigun on, because I do personally think it looks quite good. But yeah, they look quite smart. Again, I apologise for the lighting. I can't really do much about that. I have tried setting some lights up, but it just gets chaotic and they don't show things off properly anyway. But I think that does look quite smart. One thing that I know a lot of you have been waiting for as well is the chance to show off your power armour. These display cases, yeah, they do the job. They're not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. I can see quite a few people bringing out their armories with the display cases and everything for the weapons, and a lot of you bringing out your display case. I know you like to show off your power armour and everything, so this will be well greeted by a lot of you. Personally, for me, I don't really show off my power armour, so I wasn't too bothered about these, but yeah, they do look smart. On to the armour racks. Now, these are quite smart. Apologies for that one. That's just literally got a bit of synth armour on. I didn't have any other armour with me at the time. But yeah, you can literally put any clothing whatsoever, whatever you want on these. See, I'll put the BOS uniform on, and you literally do it like you do with a companion. Put it into the inventory, press triangle to equipped, and there you go. The armour's on. So not too bad, not too bad. They come in male and female form, so you can put whatever you want in them. So yeah, they're not too bad at all, actually. I don't mind them. I think it'd be a bit better if you could actually get them to equip to weapon as well. So as well as showing off the armour, they were holding a weapon. I think that'd look quite good. I know that'd probably suit in quite well for RTC. He did a video recently of the Minutemen Museum. I think he'll be using these a lot. They'll look quite smart on one of his builds, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he comes up with these. But yeah, for the display stuff, that's basically it. That's what we get. All in all, not too bad. Moving on to one thing that a lot of you have wanted and been looking forward to since it got announced last week: conveyor belts. I've just set up a very simple one here. There is a lot in the conveyor belts and a lot you can do with them. They have gone quite far into this, so I am quite impressed with this. You've got different things that can take you up to elevators that can take you up to different levels with your conveyor belts. Same again, that'll drop you down levels, hoppers, sorters, absolutely all sorts with it. So yeah, they're quite smart. The one thing with the machinery on it, yeah, this one's the pyrotechnics mill. You do get ones for ammo, weapons, clothing, food, armour. It's not too bad. The one thing with the pyrotechnics mill in particular and the ammo is you're going to need a lot of fertiliser. Fertiliser is one of the main ingredients for quite a few things. This pyrotechnics mill, I've got this set up because I've just made some fireworks, which I'll show off shortly. Fireworks take 1 adhesive, 1 cloth and 1 fertiliser. Your ammunition uses a lot of fertiliser. You need a lot of ballistic fibre if you're making armour. A lot of adhesive. I think it takes 7 adhesive if you're making a weapon. So yeah, there is a fair few things that you are going to have to stock up on. If you want to make mines or any explosives or anything else, make sure you've got your demolitions expert up to at least level 2. It is controlled by a terminal, and I've got this terminal turned off at the minute, but I'll turn it on. I haven't got any fertiliser in, so it isn't going to make anything at the minute. But you can set it to the different things. Let's see, with the fireworks control, the pyrotechnic mill, we've got the fireworks shell for crackle, palm gold, palm silver, peony blue I think that is, again with green, pink, red, yellow, and then you've got the weather changing shells. You've got change it to clear weather, radiation storm or rain, whichever you fancy, and emergency flow shells. So yeah, I've got a bit of variety with them. I wasn't expecting fireworks for this DLC, to be honest, so I'm quite impressed with some of them. I will show off some of them shortly. I've only got one type set up, but I'll show you the 2 different mortars that you can use to fire them. This is one thing that people have been looking for. I've just set up a simple rig again for the conduits. It's literally coming from one of the posts, conduit running down, and we have the through wall conduits. so you don't have to rug glitch things in anymore. Your conduit will come through, you can power whatever you want from it, so that's quite smart. And all I've literally done is run a conduit round, you see it there, going under everything, running over to a terminal, and the terminal is set up to the firewood display, which again I'll show you in a second. I'll go into a bit more detail. This part at the end of the conveyor belt here is just a conveyor storage. It can store countless amounts of stuff, anything you're doing, doesn't matter. I'm going to play around with this. This Boston airport is going to be my factory. I'm going to set this up with my factory, a couple of layers, build it as big as I can. And I'll really play around with some of these conveyor belts, because you have sorting machines, you have splitters, you have all sorts. It does stupid amounts of things, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be some fun. Now, first of our building materials is scaffolding. Now with this scaffolding, this is just a pre-built one. I've not built this up, it's just one that I put here to show. You do get quite a variety. They finally brought ramps in, which is good. You get a few different variants of ramps, different steepness, different makes, so they're quite good. Same again with the ladders. I didn't really have space to put them out, but I'll show you some of the ladders now on the build menu. We'll have a quick look through. So if we go into structures and across to scaffolding, and then stairs, and we've got quite a few, 4 different ramps, quite a few different types of stairs, some really steep ones, some fat wide ones, some really thin ones, so you've got a variety there. And then you've got your barriers to go around. You got all your different frameworks, heights, widths, lengths, all sorts. Again, they brought out some new flooring textures, which I'm quite impressed with. They should be quite smart. A lot of this, no respawns. I'll be quite looking forward to what he comes up to, using quite a bit of this in some of his builds. I've no doubt he will. I have no room to actually put that anywhere at the minute, but that's just basically the prefab I've got set up now. But yeah, for use with guard towers, and some other things, you could quite easily rug glitch a guard post in one of them up on a tower. So yeah, what you guys are going to come up with, I'm really looking forward to seeing quite a few videos on them. And the one thing, even though we're going to be getting it with mods shortly, the elevator. This is quite cool. I've just got it going up. Oh, I have no power going to it. One second, let me just see if that doesn't want to play it. No, it still doesn't want to play it. I don't know what's up with it. There we go. If we attach a wire to that, and then to that, there we go. We're out, we're in, and we're off, and up we go. There was one video brought out last night on this contraptions that I saw from, I can't quite remember his name, Starlord. I'm sure a few of you watch Starlord. He couldn't get his elevators to work, they were glitching on him. I think that's purely because of the mods that he's got on with his. I think he works on PC or Xbox. He has started doing the console mod reviews, so I'm guessing he's Xbox. But personally for me, they work brilliantly. You get them for 2, 3 and 4 story. So depending on the settlement you're at, 2 is the only one I could put in here because you can't go above the 2nd floor on this for some reason. I think the height restriction on this one is 2 floors. Possibly a third to stand on, but it won't let me put a 3-story one in. So that's going to help a lot with things. I think that's going to be quite smart. Oh, fireworks. This is something I was not expecting at all to get in this DLC, but it does look quite smart. That terminal's not going to work, purely because I've got another terminal over here that's turned on, so just quickly go in. Turn this off. I am having a few problems with terminals and things at the minute. I don't know whether that's my game glitching out or what, but 2 terminals on the same circuit doesn't work very well. And it's still not going to work. Basically, I've got the terminals attached to these, and what you can do is change the timings on them. So you can have it from anything from half a second after you put something in it to 30 seconds afterwards. So I'm sure some people are going to be coming up with some rather interesting displays, especially with the use of the new logic gates and everything we've got. That could make for some rather spectacular firework displays. Not sure if I'm going to have a go myself at that, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to nip away and skip through till it's dark, and we'll set a couple of fireworks off and I'll show you. They're not brilliant, but I have only got one type. I haven't tried the ball yet, but I'll be back in a second. Okay, so we're back again. These firework things work quite easily. It's literally press on it, transfer. I believe the fireworks come under miscellaneous. Pop a firework in there. Same again with this one. Under miscellaneous, pop a firework in there. It's powered up, and I think I've got these set to 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds, they will just fire off. There's one. And there's the second one. And there we go. Don't look too bad. They come. I mean, they're just the blue ones. The other ones might show up better. You've got gold, green, and quite a few other variety of colours. But I don't think they're too bad. Like I say, it was unexpected for me. I don't know. I wasn't really trolling all of the forums and everything else to see what was going to come out with it. I did want a little bit of a surprise with this. But for what we get with them, I think they're quite cool. But we'll leave that there for that minute, and I'll be back with you shortly once I've changed all this round, and I will show you all the different building items that we've got. So catch you again in a minute. See you soon. Hello guys, welcome back. Okay, so we're going to take a look around at what we've been given for the building side of things, which you guys are probably going to differ, but personally for me, I think it's a bit of a letdown. Apart from 1 or 2 items that they've added in, the new construction items are a bit of a letdown. It's basically really easy to describe because it's just the barn tab but in metal. That is it. You get everything you get with the barn tab, same flooring, everything else, it's just metal. I mean, the one bonus thing we do get with the warehouse one is this. You can hook it up to a switch, but I've run out of copper, so I've just got it powered directly. That's it shut. I'll just quickly go and turn the generator on. And it's open. The animation's quite cool on it. It does roll up properly, everything else. It's basically the roller door from Red Rocket, but the ability to build them into some of your builds and everything, I do think is quite cool, so I am quite happy with that. Other than that, the rest of the warehouse tab, mainly a letdown. And the one addition that is in it, you can build greenhouses. Now, all the stuff for building this is actually in the warehouse tab, and you can make yourself a little greenhouse or a big greenhouse or a big food factory or processing or sorting factory, whatever you want, and make it into a greenhouse. Fair enough. Other than that, like I say, it's the barn tab but in metal. So, bit of a letdown personally for myself. The other new thing they've given us, as well as scaffolding, is boxcars. So basically the cars off the back of the trains. I suppose you can use these, make tunnels, make different entrances and everything in and out, decoration in settlements, tunnels between factories that you can run your conveyor belts through. Probably going to be quite smart. There is quite a few to choose from. I've just put 2 down at the minute, but yeah, there is quite a lot of these. I think they come in either blue or orange, but I think we can use these. I think some people are going to make some rather funky stuff out of these, and I've got 1 or 2 ideas myself, so we'll see how these pan out. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Building wise, the one thing I've not added in, but I will quickly show you now, I'll show you on this side of the wall if it'll let me put one in. And one thing a lot of people have been asking for, and that is these. Okay, I can't build any because I have no copper. It's basically what it's going to tell me. I'm short of copper, yes. Basically, movie posters. But backlit ones. So you've got all different kinds of posters. I mean, there's so many to choose from. There's a few specific ones in here that people have been requesting from Bethesda. There's one about the first cat on the moon, the first kitten in space. There's some really weird ones, some wonderful ones, but yeah, putting these up and the ability to power them up. I mean, these at the back end are normal posters in frames with lights attached to them, and then the ones at the front, there are some at the front, if I can find any of them. They're not coming up on the bottom screen now. These ones are the ones that you'd find on adverts. Obviously, I do apologise that you can't see them properly. I have run out of copper and I'm short on recording time, so these Nuka-Cola adverts, film adverts, different product adverts, you can pop them in, power them up, and these ones are backlit, and the other ones are lit from an external light that I don't know if you can make it out on the photo at the bottom, but there's an external light attached to the top of them, and they shine down and light them up. Both look quite smart, so I'll be using them to decorate a few of my places. I will be incorporating them into quite a few of my builds actually, so not too bad. But overall, that is the Contraptions DLC. The one thing I have missed, which I have purposely missed it, I haven't accidentally missed it, is the ball tracks, or whatever you want to call them. I've missed them out because I'm still trying to figure them out myself, with all the different logic gates and things you can add to them. The one thing with them is you have to start from a height, and the only way is down. They do move quite slowly, they are quite awkward, if you're not careful and you put too sharp of a bend in, they stick, and you have to send another ball down to knock it out of the way. I'd be interested to see what some people make out of them, and I think that's the reason Bethesda have just randomly added it in, is this is literally, here you go, we'll give you the materials, you show us what you can build. And I have no doubt that especially, I mean the mod guys as well, are going to show us a lot of stuff. They're really going to show us some nice mods that needs this DLC, and I've no doubt you settlement builders out there are going to come up with some really good settlements with these. So I do look forward to see what you guys are doing. Like I say, I haven't shown them now because I'm still playing around and I don't want to set one up and embarrass myself when it doesn't work. So I might add a video on them at a later date, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is because I am useless at them and I'm still figuring them out. But that is mainly it with the Contraptions DLC. The one thing I will go through is a few bits and bats about the manufacturing. Now, the armour manufacturing, you are limited to what you can make. You can make leather, metal or combat armour. You can make them in light, medium or heavy variety. They do use a lot of materials, so be wary of that, make sure you're well stocked. The ammo has a very wide variety, goes from 10mm and has basically every type of ammo you could need. All the way up, it's got 50 cal, it's got 40-70, it's got 5mm, Again, to make any sort of ammunition, you're going to need a lot of fertilizer. For 1 fertilizer and 1 lead, I think it is, for the 10mm makes 10 rounds. So it's not too bad, but you are going to need quite a bit. You have a good selection of weapons. There's 3 or 4 different manufacturing plants for weapons. One for your basic weapons, going from your 10mm pistol up to your shotguns, your rifles. One for heavy weapons, your miniguns, your rocket launchers, your Fat Man, so on. And you've got either 1 or 2. I think you've got 2 for energy as well. 1 which is your basic energy pistols all the way up to rifles and so on. And I think you've got the heavy one as well, again for the Gatling laser gun and so on. Not too bad. The food one is basically all the stuff you find in the wasteland. So from the mac and cheese to the cram to the canned dog food, things like that, you can get yourself a food plant going. Not sure whether I've not tried them out 100% to make them. Not sure exactly how they work. Might come out quite good, especially for the people playing survival, setting yourself up your own food factory and everything in there. Might not be a bad idea. I don't know if you're going to get radiation from it eating them, whether they're going to come out as uncontaminated. Alright, what, I've not had a look, so I couldn't say. You have got a lot of things in there. I mean, there's one other thing I haven't shown, and that is a junk mortar. I haven't shown it because either I'm doing something wrong or I really don't approve of it. It's, you set it up, you put junk on it, you power it up, it fires it. The lead balls, it fires all of 30 centimetres. A teddy bear, it'll fling it up in the air and then it falls about 5 metres away. I'm going to play around with it because I think I'm doing something wrong, but a fun thing. I mean, there is lots that I have, this is just a general over thing, there is lots that I've missed out. I mean, you get static weapons on this, you get targets, all the logic gates, paintball guns. Now, don't get excited with paintball guns, they're static for shooting at targets or shooting at raiders. I do believe Star-Lord is making a paintball gun mod for the consoles, so that could be interesting to see what he comes out with that. I believe he has actually used the textures off the Bethesda DLC, but I'll see what he comes out with. I think that could be quite a fun one. I don't know what sort of damage it's going to do, but you have that. You have a pitching machine which can fire basically anything out of it. Whatever you put in, it will fire. Stand your settler in front or put your settler in the stocks, which again I haven't set up here, but I've no settlers at this particular area. Set the stocks up, set the pitching machine up, fire stuff at them, just for the fun of it. Star-Lord did it on his video that he put out last night. The settler didn't react. Now, whether that's just because it's modded or whatever, I don't know. I don't know if you hit them with a paintball gun or if you hit them with any of the junk or anything, I don't know if they're going to attack you. So don't quote me on anything. Try it out for yourselves. Make sure you save it first. But as a general overhaul, mixed reactions. Feel a bit let down with some of it, but some of the other stuff that they put in is absolutely brilliant. But considering we only got told about this last week and then it came out, we knew the DLC was coming out, we didn't know it was this week, we didn't know exactly what we were going to get, but for what we've got, it is quite smart. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you have fun playing with the new DLC. I'd give it a thumbs up, and I'd say it is worth the £4. If you're in the UK, it's $3.99. I'm not sure what it is in America, but I do say big thumbs up for it. Even with a few letdowns, it is still worth the money. But from me and from LIG Gaming, that's it for now. Hope you've liked the video. Hope it's informed you. Please give us a like, subscribe, add any comments below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.